were just kind of there. They'd stop. They looked at the dioramas. They were looking at the different brochures and the pamphlets, and some watched the little movie that they showed. But most of those people that stopped at the visitor center never went out on the trail. They stayed around for about an hour, then they got back in their car and drove away. They never experienced what it was like to have those blisters on their feet. They never experienced the beauty of the mountains. A lot of us are being called. Oh, we lost the last 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Are we still on, Tony? Hopefully we are. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Can I start where I was 3 minutes ago? Yeah, I absolutely can. If you can remind me. He's going to tell me in just a second. All right, I'm getting this. This is exciting stuff, what we're doing here, isn't it? I'm hanging on there, Tony. You tell me when, buddy. Got everything dangerous because when we thought we were on the trail, we had gotten off the trail somehow, and we had the adventure that I had. It wasn't the greatest adventure because of the hike and all that. That was great. That was fantastic. Well, my real adventure began when our leader pulled out of his backpack, which was already pretty heavy. 12 of these Bibles, and he gave each of us a Bible, and we didn't know that was going to happen, and we were pretty surprised. I remember sitting up on the mountaintop, talking with these leaders, and they pulled out the scripture, and they talked about James and John and Peter and Andrew, and how Jesus came by when they were out cleaning their nets, and they were fishermen, and Jesus said, "Follow me, and I'll make you fishers of people." And they got up and they followed him. And they were talking this week about how these people. Okay, I think we're back. We back, Tony? All right. So I was just saying about on this great adventure that we had. One of the things that our leaders did is they gave us each one of these Bibles here. There it is. That's a New Testament, and it was such a great thing to look at and to see. And they read these stories about James and John and Peter and Andrew.
about how when Jesus saw them out fishing, he called to them and he said, "Follow me. I want to take you on an adventure that will blow your minds, an adventure that will take you to places you've never experienced before." Now, one of the things that when I talked about starting our little trip, I mentioned that we stopped at this visitor center and talked to the forest ranger for a little bit. And one of the things that I noticed at the ranger station at the visitor center was there were a lot of people milling around. They'd stopped at the visitor center and they were looking at the maps. They were looking at the dioramas of the wilderness. They were maybe sitting in the movie that they played about how the mountains got there and the people that once lived there. And then I noticed that most of them got back into their cars and drove away. Very few of them actually got out on the trail. Very few of them actually went on the adventure. They read about the adventure. They heard about the adventure. They looked outside and saw what the adventure could be, but they never went. And when I went on that trip and these leaders gave us this Bible, I knew that they were inviting me on an adventure to follow Jesus, to grow in a relationship with him. And that has been an adventure I have been on for the rest of my life. That trip changed my life. It changed the trajectory of my life. And God is calling you to an adventure as well. When you start seeing your life as an adventure, everything changes. It's so amazing. You know, a lot of people, they talk about the adventure. They go to church, maybe they go to a Bible study, they do all these things, but they never actually get out there and get out on the trail. They never experience the blisters. They never experience what it takes to climb those mountains. And I got to tell you, if somebody comes up and says, you know, living the Christian life is an easy deal, God just takes care of all your needs and wants, they're lying to you. Being a Christian is really hard, and it's going to take everything that's got inside of you. But it is the most awesome adventure you'll ever experience. Walking alongside with Jesus, learning from him, growing in a relationship with him is one of the coolest things. A lot of people will just stop at church, the visitor center, once a week. They'll look around, they'll read about people out on the trail, and they get back in their cars. But I want to encourage you not to do that. I encourage you to dig deep in your faith. I want to encourage you to ask questions of God. Encourage you to spend time with the map. This is it right here. And follow the markers. There are people in your life who are markers on the trail for you. They're the ones pointing out the trail and the right way to go. Listen to them. And be markers for other people as well. Be the one that's out there saying, hey, this is the way. I've been there. I've seen it. And when you do that, your life will change. You'll live an amazing, amazing adventure. Listen, I wish we could be together in person. I wish we could do that, but for now we can't. But I appreciate you tuning in and hanging out there. Thanks, Tony, for putting this all together, all the Summerfest leaders. It's so great to see everybody. And thank you so much. I'll turn it back to Tony. Sorry about the little glitches there. Hopefully everybody stayed with us, and we'll see you hopefully real soon. God bless and take care. Keep loving.
I heard 1,000 love so undeniable. I can hardly speak. So unexplainable. I can hardly think as you call me deeper still, as you call me deeper still, as you call me deeper still into love. Love, you're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. A good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Special thanks to the band, Tess and Mark, for putting together those music tracks. Thank you, Pete, so much for your great message. Pete has prepared a couple of small group questions that I will share in the chat and also put on the screen. And I'd encourage you, if you're hanging out with a group of people from your church or are on a Zoom call or anything, I'd encourage you to actually take 15, 20 minutes and have a dorm time. How great would it be to have a good discussion about what Pete talked about? I think that would be awesome. So I challenge you, leaders and students and whoever out there, to take a few minutes and do a dorm time together. After that, that's all we got tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. So stay tuned for more announcements of Summer Festival, and thanks so much for experimenting with us. You can't learn to make omelets without breaking a few eggs, so thanks for rolling with us in all of the technical things. It was really fun to get to try this, and we'll be back with even more better omelets very soon. Thanks, everybody. I'll put those questions in the chat, and I'll put them on the screen. Have a great rest of your night.